Closing in on a decision. Kamala Harris spends the weekend vetting top vice presidential contenders, preparing for a battleground campaign blitz starting in Pennsylvania. Among the favorites to be the Democratic running mate, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. We're taking the pulse of voters in Shapiro's hometown in Montgomery County. Whoever is selected in the number 2 spot for the Democrats could indeed make an impact on the race for the White House. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington. Aziza is off tonight. The vice president's decision is expected to come very soon as Democratic delegates wrap up their roll call vote tomorrow. Now, here are some of the names being considered. Governor Shapiro, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. CBS Philadelphia reporter Dan Snyder joins us now from the newsroom to talk more about the contenders. Dan, good evening to you.
Good evening, Yuki. And yeah, something to keep in mind here, just how quickly this entire process has unfolded. Remember, it was only 2 weeks ago President Biden withdrew from the race and endorsed Harris to lead the party. Usually, presidential candidates have months to sort out their VP picks, so the Harris campaign working very quickly on this one. And this is just the latest moment in what has been an anything but ordinary election season.
This is so dramatic and so different than anything that has happened before.
All eyes are on Kamala Harris as we wait for the first major decision of her presidential campaign. Who will be her running mate? Harris's decision is expected soon, and CBS News reports she met with 3 finalists in Washington, D.C. on Sunday: Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. Harris is also having formal interviews with candidates who have not been confirmed in the media, both in person and virtually, according to a source.
The 3 things she's looking for: competence, character, and core values, and she has to have a personal connection and relationship with that person. That's going to be very, very important.
Shapiro has been seen as a top contender for weeks. He's a popular governor dealing with a divided legislature, and he's from what is maybe the most important state for either side to win.
Right now, the talk is, as Pennsylvania goes, so goes the nation.
I think Josh Shapiro easily has the kind of pull where he can carry a state for Kamala Harris.
Former White House aide to George H.W. Bush, Joe Watkins, believes Shapiro should be at the top of Harris's list. Aside from his pull in Pennsylvania, Watkins believes the governor could help shore up support from voters Harris has struggled to attract.
Independents, of course, swing voters and non-college educated voters, which have been a harder sell for her to make. Josh Shapiro can make that sale.
Watkins says each candidate has their strengths. Kelly brings a standout resume as a combat veteran and NASA astronaut and can help in battleground Arizona. Walz, a former congressman, has been an ardent backer of both Biden and Harris. But Watkins says Pennsylvania's 19 electoral votes should be a factor.
But I can't think of anybody who brings the kind of electoral college strength to the ticket that a Josh Shapiro brings. Kelly may bring some too, but a Josh Shapiro brings tremendous strength to her.
Harris and her running mate are slated to make their first appearance together here in Philly at the Temple's Leah Corse Center on Tuesday night. The Inquirer is reporting that Republican VP nominee J.D. Vance will also be in South Philly that day. Meantime, the next event listed on Donald Trump's website is Friday in Montana. Yuki?
Okay, Dan, thank you so much for that. Let's continue our coverage with CBS Philadelphia's Josh Sanders. He went to Jenkintown today to see what Josh Shapiro's neighbors think about his potential pairing.
CBS Philadelphia was there when the governor returned to his Jenkintown home Sunday night.
Governor Shapiro, how was your meeting with Vice President Harris?
But he did not take questions. Earlier, as Governor Shapiro and Vice President Harris were said to be meeting Sunday in the nation's capital, voters in his hometown weighed in on a potential Harris-Shapiro ticket.
I think he's a great pick, but he's not an astronaut. The guy from Arizona that's an intriguing pick, an astronaut and a fighter pilot. But Shapiro, I think whoever she chooses would be a good person to go alongside her. But yeah, I'd be happy with seeing Shapiro.
He would be a good running mate for her. I mean, he's well known in Pennsylvania, which is one of those states that they want to be able to carry. But just him as a person, I think he would complement her.
I think it's a perfect ticket for that. It's a perfect match because he can get the votes in Pennsylvania. Shapiro can get all the votes in Pennsylvania, and we can go ahead and win it.
Others told us they would like the governor to finish out his term leading the Commonwealth.
Well, I think she needs Pennsylvania. But there's I think she should pull from one of the governors from one of the other states she needs to. I want to save Shapiro. Yeah. I mean, he's from here. He's done a great job so far.
We need him in Pennsylvania.
You think you need, yeah.
Finish out his term as governor, and I think 28 would be his time possibly to run for president.
So just not now.
Not now.
Not now. I want it to finish here.
Yes.
And whether Governor Shapiro gets the nod or not, what is clear is he has the support from voters we spoke with. Josh Sanders, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Tonight, there is a new poll from CBS News. It finds that right now the race for the White House is close, with Kamala Harris having a 1-point edge over former President Trump nationally. The candidates are tied in the battleground states. We, of course, will provide the very latest on the race for president on air and online at cbsphiladelphia.com.